Our province sent 19 athletes to the national team. Not that we're counting, but that's 7%. And we're only 3% of Canada's population, so thanks for helping us punch above our weight again on the biggest stage in the world in sports. There were some exceptional stories. We remember them well. I'm from Swift Current, which is really close to Shaunavon, Saskatchewan, Canada. So Haley Wickenheiser on the flag, that was a pretty big deal, obviously for all of us and for those of us from Southwest Saskatchewan. And then what happened in terms of that game against the U.S., maybe the biggest comeback for our women's hockey team ever, certainly one of the most important comebacks ever. Mark McMorris started us off, Canada's very, very first medal, a bronze in slopestyle. And he did this all the while overcoming some painful distractions that he had that were well noted. His rib and maybe some family members. Actually, I think Craig's with us this morning. He did a great job color commentating and was remarkably unbiased. I thought he did a fantastic job. Ryan Getzlaff, Chris Kunitz from Aneroid, Saskatchewan, Patrick Marleau, and one of the most dominant men's Olympic hockey teams that I think Canada's ever put on the ice. I don't think they had a choice but to be dominant because they had Mike Babcock and his death stare behind the bench for us. There are a lot of stories, and I'm going to touch on a few others, but I just wanted to say on behalf of all of us here, thank you. Thanks very much to our athletes and coaches and officials and to our volunteers. You represented Canada and you represented our province with such class and with enthusiasm and with energy, and you gave us all a reason to be proud, to be patriotic. Not that we need special reasons to be, but you gave it anyway. But we need to also thank your family members and your support network, your group of friends. We know that you don't make it to the Olympic Games on your own. Each of you has a team that backed you every step of the way, and we need to thank all of them as well. But we know that most of the credit goes to the athletes. It's amazing what you have done just to be on that team. You put in all of the work, literally weeks, months, years of preparation, a lifetime for many of you of preparation for performances that often come down to just seconds and they're over. It takes a special kind of person, ladies and gentlemen, to make that kind of commitment. Bobsledder Lyndon Rush, who's with us here today, former Huskies linebacker, reflected on what it takes to be an Olympian. I think he's done that on a number of occasions, speaking. And one of his favorite verses, I think, to do so is from 2 Timothy in the first chapter, where it reads, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but power and love and discipline." These are the elements required, I think is what Lyndon was saying. Courage, the likes of which we saw from the bobsledders, from Lyndon and Chelsea Velwa and Ben Coakwell and Graham Renholm. Power that can be found in the lungs, heart, and muscles of biathletes like Scott Paris, who I think is going to speak a little bit later on, or speed skaters like Lucas Makowski, Callie Christ, and Marcia Hootie. Love, the love of families. We've already talked about that, but also your love for and your passion for your respective sports. That was evidenced by Rudy Sweegers and Paige Lawrence. And finally, maybe most importantly of all, self-discipline, the kind displayed by our Paralympian heroes, Kurt Oatway, Brittany Hudak, and Colette Begonia. Wow, the self-discipline that enabled Colette to compete in 7 Paralympic Winter Games, where she won 3 silver and 3 bronze, and then 3 Paralympic Summer Games, where she took home 4 bronze medals, ladies and gentlemen. Colette, what a legacy you leave for Paralympic sports in our province and right across our country as you retire from competition. We say congratulations on an amazing career, and this morning we say congratulations to all of our Olympians. You did us proud. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The best efforts of a fine person is felt after we leave their presence." We will feel and remember your best efforts for many, many years to come. Thanks for being here this morning.